This is the first time that I'm picking up the camera this week, and we've had a total of 3 shoots, lots and lots of deliverables to get done, and we've made it. It's awesome. The goal for this channel was to post weekly, whether that was an insight into my life or whether it's showing business acumen and whether it's documenting the journey of what we're building. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jadyn. I'm a videographer, a content creator, and a business owner. I run a social media agency called Control with my beautiful partner, which we co-founded early on in 2025. And the aim of documenting through YouTube was solely for the purpose of sharing business wins, sharing a slice of life, and to document my life as a 23-year-old business owner. Feels really weird to say. These past few weeks of documenting on YouTube has been really, really exciting and has given me a lot of energy leading into the new year. There was definitely a point in time where I really started to resent making content, and it's really weird because the context for myself is I was a podcaster who was really lost and just turned 20 and just got out of the high school system and was really struggling with what I wanted to do with my degree. And I interviewed a lot of different entrepreneurs to get an insight into what are you passionate about? Why do you do what you do? And it was really enlightening because a lot of them gave me incredible tips, and they shared the consensus of do what you love and you'll never work a single day in your life. What I wish I did more was not play such a naive role into that and understand that yes, you could be in your passion or your line of work that you are passionate about, but it doesn't mean that you're not going to work a day in your life. And honestly, the crux of 2025 was Alicia and I learning that, and more so me as well. I think social media tends to glorify this idea of business and the idea that anyone can be a business owner and, do what you love and you'll make money easily online. We're in the digital age and this is how you make money. I make 10K a month and this is how you can do a side hustle that gets you this amount of income. And it's all a lot. It all is a lot. I think if there was one piece of advice that I could tell myself back then is play devil's advocate. Why are they in the line of work that they're doing? Why do they truly are there shit days? Are there days where they just absolutely don't feel like doing anything? I think it was a very optimistic way of going about things, and I wish that if I had my time back, I asked those harder hitting questions. But no need to ask that anymore. And that podcast has very much subsided a little bit. I think it placed such a great chapter in my life where I was known as the podcaster. I feel like there have been numerous articles about, not the podcast, but maybe just my thoughts and stance on the university scene and how crushing and demoralizing that scene is. But here we are. I think it's taken me probably 3 years to truly own up to the idea of being a business owner. I don't know what, scared me so much. Maybe the idea of needing to be perfect. Maybe the idea that all these people are so far ahead of me, and it's the common business advice that you pass on to other people. It's like, well, there's always going to be someone ahead of you and there's always going to be someone behind you. It's about being able to inspire and uplift those that are behind you and also being able to learn from those that are in front of you. So I hope that by documenting my week in the life, or at least a day or something throughout the week, and showing up weekly, that we can continue to bank lessons, memories, and just take you along for the ride. So thanks for being here. So what brings me to today's episode is, and you can probably tell by the title, is that I really wanted to talk about the idea of starting a business with your partner. And I think this notion tends to be looped in with friends and family as well. I would like to beg to differ, because I think being in business for the last 9 months with my partner has taught me that it's a completely different ballgame, and I think for the better. And here's why. I've had probably 2 main incidents of where I wanted to be in business with a friend, and both instances have led to it being absolute garbage. whether that is the quality of friend that I am attracting, or whether this is just the notion of getting into business with your friends. I'm not too sure. I mean, I know a lot of people who are in business with their friends and are absolutely killing it, and kudos to those guys. But there's this level of willingness to fight when it comes to being in business with your partner. And I'll explain a little bit more, but I want to give the context to why Alicia and I are such great business partners together. She handles a lot of the admin, she is very financially savvy, and she's just very hardwired for a lot of back-end things. Contrast that to me. I have the technical skills as a videographer. I know how to tell a story. I know how to talk to other people and interact as well. And I want to give this context because I think it's really important, where the roles really complemented each other. And that was one of the reasons as to why we wanted to get into business with each other. Very shortly after, I pulled the plug and I said to myself, if I want to make this work, I feel like I need to move out and I need to move into the city, because that's where everything is happening. Essentially, I approached my parents very hesitantly because I have, for 22 years of my life, I had lived out of home and was super comfortable there. Home cooked meals, everything just paid for. And I could feel myself getting really comfortable. I had 2 freelance clients, 3 actually at the time, that I was really comfortable with. I was sort of working my part-time job, doing some part-time casual gigs as well. And yeah, just life was very, very comfy. And then this opportunity to move out with my partner came about. And I think I had actually approached the year wanting to move out already. And it just so happened that Alicia had a spot opening. So it wasn't like I saw Alicia and then was like, I want to move out. The opportunity presented itself, but the intention wasn't just because, you get to live with your partner and that sort of stuff. It was really surprising because when I sat down during that conversation, my dad was like, yeah, go ahead. And he was the one person that I thought would be super apprehensive to it. Are you going to be able to afford it? Do you think this is a good idea? Shouldn't you be saving your money? All these questions that I thought he was going to ask, he did not ask. And I was like, that was really easy. And he said, yeah, I think if you and Alicia are going to start this business, you both have skin in the game, and you guys moving in together will really solidify the idea of you guys being business owners together. And I was like, holy shit, like that is so true. We're in a romantic relationship with each other, but we're also in a professional relationship with each other, and we also live together. So when things get tough, there is no escape. There is only the opportunity for us to sit down and hash it out properly and to get over ourselves essentially and figure it out. And I really want to thank my dad for sharing that wisdom with me, because it was one of the best pieces of information that I've been passed down by him. And I think actually being able to move out of home and be apart from my family has actually allowed us to grow closer and to share a deeper connection as well. So for those of you that are considering to move out, like I would absolutely do it. And I don't think many people in Melbourne do it early enough, because I'm so grateful for the opportunity. What brings me to this next point about going into business with your friends, going into business with your family, or even your partner is I'm still of the notion that going into business with your partner, like there's so much more skin in the game. Alicia, welcome to the vlog. I wanted to ask you what it's like to run a business with your partner, because we've now had experience with friends in the game. And the whole point of this video is to talk a bit about why I think that being in business with your partner is overall more beneficial than, say, family or friends.
I think it's hard for the circumstance of being in business with your partner, because there are circumstances where your partner is your boss, or your partner is below you, or you're above them, or in regards to like job status. And that I think is even harder and probably not a good idea. But because you and I are on the same level, like equal partners, trying to build it together, we have the same goal in mind. As much as we argue and bicker about certain things, the goal is still the same at the end. So whether it's like joining your path and going down that way to the same goal, or whether it's mine, it's still the same. Or can we create a path that goes together, but it's the same goal. So I think for us, I think it's easier than people who have partners that work together and are in different complete levels of job hierarchy, because I think that's a lot harder. And then there's also like ego that plays into that. Not that there's not enough ego already in this relationship.
No, that's actually really important context. That's really important context, because I think for the two of us, yes, we bicker, yes, we fight, but there's not that power dynamic. I mean, sometimes like there is arguments of like who's right, who's wrong, but it's reminding each other like it's not about who's right, who's wrong. It's maybe like where do we see each other pushing each other towards the North Star and like where we want to be as well. But essentially with friends, and the point that I want to make is I feel like it's easy for them to jump ship.
Yeah, but also remember, the friend that did jump ship, they don't have the same goal as we do. Maybe if we're lucky and they say like, oh, we envision what control is and what it could be, and we think that you guys can do something with it, that's great, but it's still our thing, it's not their thing. And I wonder whether that's like, looking back, was that something that they wanted to claim for themselves that they couldn't eventually claim? No, but not in a bad way. Like, you find something really cool, you want to hop on it, right? But then if it's not yours at the end of the day, then you're going to end up sitting there reflecting and going, damn, it's a cool idea, but it's not mine.
Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully that gives you some context for our relationship and what it's like to be in business with your partner. I just felt like it was an important topic, and it was something that was very top of mind for this week. And we definitely weren't at each other's throat towards the back end of last week, but it's okay because he got me chocolates, so it's all fine.
Anyway, bye guys.
Anyway, bye. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts as well. Would you ever be in business with your partner or your friends? Have you been in business with your friends? How did that go? I'd really, really love to know. I was trying to find a word that didn't rhyme with let me know. Anyway, I will catch you next week. There's going to be some really fun content that comes out for next week, so I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you to those that are watching. We're very much just lying low, seeing where this takes us, so I really appreciate it. If you're spending some time on your Sunday or whatever day you are watching this, tuning in. Thank you so much.